Hi everyone. So today in this video I would like to talk a little bit about my journey to the Philippines, how I did it, some tips along the way to help you, some mistakes that I made that might help you in the future if you're going to come out here to the Philippines. Stay tuned.
It's more fun in the Philippines! It's more fun in the Philippines! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Okay, so let me tell you a little bit of the backstory about my journey here. I had gotten out of the Army. I was in the Army for quite a long time, and then I was working in insurance as a claims adjuster. A lot of pressure, and still I was doing okay. I was doing pretty well. I was making good money. But then I even picked up a second job. I was delivering pizzas and making a lot of cash tips. And I picked up that second job once I had made my first trip out to the Philippines, and I quickly realized this is someplace that I want to live. Now, I had been to Thailand, Vietnam, and the Philippines, and I had decided on the Philippines because of the English factor, just the English factor alone. I didn't know a whole lot more. And I'd spent 1 month out here, and I landed a job in Cebu, and I was on my way. And what led me to the Philippines was the fact that I was just under a lot of stress. I worked hard, and no matter how hard I worked, I just could never get ahead, and just constantly, you need credit for this and you need credit for that. You have a loan on your car, you have a loan on your house, credit card debt, and I was just tired of all of that. And I said, I need to change things, and I want to live a different life. So I picked up a second job delivering pizzas. Nothing like being in your 40s and delivering pizzas, but it was quick, short hours after my job at nighttime. I'd work like 4 or 5 hours, deliver pizza, make a lot of cash tips, and I was pocketing that, paying off debt, selling my stuff. I knew I had to minimalize all the way down to about one big suitcase and a backpack and my laptop. That's what it boiled down to. So I got rid of everything, and I went into an apartment. A buddy of mine had a big house, and he had a basement that was fully furnished, really big, nice, and I rented that out for pretty inexpensive. I think it was like $500 a month. So yeah, I rented out his basement, and I got rid of all my stuff. I was down to just one big suitcase, backpack, and my laptop, which is what I would take to the Philippines. So working my 40-hour, 45-hour a week job, delivering pizza after work. I was exhausted, but I quickly paid off debt. I quickly saved up an emergency fund. I landed the job in Cebu. I also picked up a job teaching online, and I did that before I got to the Philippines. So I had that income coming in already. It was already in place. And then I said goodbye to my 2 jobs, and I headed out. And that's basically it. And I had never even been to Cebu before. Okay, so I got to Cebu, and I stayed there for a little over 2 years. So basically, you got to pay off debt. You got to minimalize. Those are the 2 major things. You got to settle business in the U.S. You don't want business still happening when you're out here in the Philippines. You want to take care of business, handle everything, head out to the Philippines. And one mistake that I made is I went into a condo, a 1-year lease, like immediately. And I also settled into Cebu immediately without ever being in Cebu. I liked Cebu. Cebu was nice, and it was a good place to live. I quickly realized I did not want to work a 40-hour-a-week job again. And that's what happened. I landed in Cebu, and quickly I was back in the same routine again. The only difference is I was in the Philippines, but I was still working. You add in travel time and lunch breaks. and it's like a 50-hour-a-week job. Plus, I was teaching English online. I quickly realized I could make just as much teaching English online, doing about 20 hours a week as I was working 40 hours a week at that job in Cebu. So after 2 years, I said goodbye. I decided to try out Vietnam. Tried out Vietnam for about 3-4 months. Decided it's not for me. I had been in Vietnam previous. I won't get into that story, but so I quickly realized Vietnam's not for me. The English factor is difficult, and it's hard to learn Vietnamese. It's not an easy language. It's not like picking up some Spanish. So this time I traveled around, and I'm still traveling, and I'm still living out of my suitcase, and at times it does suck living out of a suitcase, but at least now I can figure out where is the best place for me. And if I meet a girl along the way that's perfect for me, then that's fantastic too. But as of right now, I just want to explore, work, and enjoy life, and that's what I'm doing. And so if I could give any advice to any of you coming out here, again, take care of all your debt in the U.S. You don't want to have any debt, or in the West, Australia, wherever. Take care of your debt, take care of business, minimalize ahead of time, get used to living out of one big suitcase, and see how you do with that, and then get rid of your stuff. And when you come out here, I would not just settle directly into one place immediately and sign a lease. Do an Airbnb for like a month. You can get a discount. The link is down below in the description. And do an Airbnb here. Do an Airbnb over in Iloilo or Dumaguete or wherever, whatever sparks your interest. Bounce around just a little bit and figure out exactly where you want to be. Don't just land into one spot because all the other expats tell you it's wonderful and this is where you should live. No, bounce around, figure out where you want to be, and then choose the place, and then settle in for the long term, or at least get a home base, and then you can travel around. So that would be my advice. Not a whole lot to it. Make sure you have emergency money. Make sure you have steady income coming in. If you plan on working out here, don't just hope that you're going to come out here and find a job. No, it's not easy. In fact, in the Philippines, it's almost impossible. I just got lucky. And so you got to start making some income online, or if you're retired, then you have your Social Security benefits, or maybe you're a veteran or whatever, pension from your job, and you're all set. But if you're younger, like in your 40s like me, then you need to have that income coming in. And you need to have an emergency fund. And just get out here, give it a shot, and if you don't like the Philippines, don't just head home. You can check out Vietnam, check out Malaysia, check out Indonesia, check out Cambodia, check out Thailand. There's a lot of places out here. And not even out in Southeast Asia. Actually, top of my list before I came to the Philippines was actually Colombia. And I never made it out there, something I kind of regret because I wouldn't have mind checking out Colombia and seeing if it was a good fit. Maybe it would have been a perfect fit and I would be in Colombia right now. I don't know. But here's where I'm at. I'm in Southeast Asia, and this is it. I'm not traveling around anymore. I'm not going to Europe. I'm not going back to the U.S. except for visits periodically. And so check places out. It's good to come out maybe for a month. And if you can't come out for a month, then make a couple of visits. Get a feel for it. You have to live here. Be like a resident. If you're just a tourist staying at a hotel, you're not going to get a good feel of how and what it would feel like to actually live here. So hopefully this helps you guys. It gives you a little background about my story. I killed myself working 2 jobs. I was exhausted. Actually, at one point I was working 3 jobs. I was working my full-time job. as a claims adjuster, delivering pizza, and after delivering pizza, I would teach English online to Chinese children for about 3 hours. I mean, I was a zombie. I was, but I did it. I had a goal. I did it, and I'm happy. And I'm not working more than 20 hours a week now, so things are fantastic. So hopefully this helps. Comment. Let me know what your journey was down below, and let's have a discussion as always down in the comments. See you guys next time. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification. Stay up to date with the latest content. See you guys later.
Please subscribe to Gio.